Okay, good morning everyone. Please scan your attendance dulu. So, apa khabar semua? Sihat ke? Yeah, good. Okay. So, waiting for other to join. Hari ni is going to be very simple class. Tak ada kelas pun sebenarnya. I just want to share with you what basically the topics going to be question lah, going to be asked for your final exam. Supposedly your final exam on the 22nd of February. So basically last week, I've been informed. I had informed the staff in charge regarding the timetable because they actually posted 2 dates. So saya dah inform the examination should be on 22nd. So today I'm going to. I just actually text again the officer. So still waiting for the feedback. So for now, we actually stick with the date which is on the 22nd of February. Okay? Okay. And then there are a few things that I want to update as well. I think based on our discussion last time, you need to submit 2 things kan. You need to submit the report and you need to submit the video to replace the presentation. For the report, bila tarikh yang saya bagi tu? Saya dah lupa dah. It should be initially it should be on the 31st of January, but based on our discussion kita tukarkan tarikh tu. Bila tarikh dia?
15.
15. Okay, boleh tak saya tukar jadi 14? Is it okay? Ke nak 15? It's up to you. Kalau you kata 15, I follow je. Okay lah, 15 lah. Because 14 tu is significant date. It's Valentine Day. It's Valentine Day. So saya senang ingat. Tapi tak apalah. We'll give you a day after 14 of February. Okay. So untuk hari ini, so we're going to discuss. Before that, I believe that last week, I had advised to you to complete one task. This one. Okay, which is this is actually part and parcel of the test. And then kenapa saya suruh jawab this kind of question is a very simple kind of case study, and then only one question that you need to answer. Okay, kalau lihat dekat sini masih ramai yang belum submit. If you look here, the deadline should be on yesterday. So dekat sini ada lagi 10 orang yang belum submit. Siapa belum submit? Kenapa belum submit? Can I know? Bukan belum submit. Hari ni last day, sorry. So make sure, sorry. So last day hari lagi 10 orang yang belum submit. Make sure you submit by today. Boleh? Sorry, I overlooked the date. It's 27. So make sure those yang belum submit, please submit. Okay, so having said that, let me try to go for the final exam. The final exam yang you all akan sit for the subject, for this subject, okay, there are going to be 2 parts. The first part is basically case study. Okay, untuk case study, you kena baca semua case study tu, which is about around somewhere between 12 to 14 pages. But dia ada macam nanti bila you dapat case study tu, you akan nampak dia lebih kurang 20, more than 20 pages or 23 or 24 pages, tetapi yang belakang-belakang tu basically appendices. Okay, for example, they put some kind of email transaction and then some kind of record. But you just actually need to focus to read on the first 12 pages of the case. Okay, so After you read the case, definitely you need to make the analysis. Okay, so the first aspect that we're going to ask that you need to know is actually how you master the BMC, the Business Model Canvas. You faham I think we already discussed about BMC. So make sure you know about BMC because from the given case, you need to formulate. Dah macam direct saya bagi. You kena tahu macam mana nak, tapi tak apalah, nanti you akan cuba fikirkan lah. This is actually business model Canva. I want you to actually find the right model for the business. You dah catat ke belum ni? Hello? Dengar tak?
Ada catat.
Okay. That's good. And then and then the next aspect, which is dia tak actually the next aspect for the case study ada 4 soalan. Soalan pertama more or less is actually related with the business model. Okay, the second question is actually you need to synergize all the aspect that you have learned throughout this class. That means this is going to test about your decision making. There are some situation has been given. Benda ni saya tak kata dia is actually from a certain topic. You need to actually able to justify. Okay, that means you need to make a decision on a certain issue and then why. So saya tak boleh cakap dia actually on certain topic. This is actually regarding about making decision on a strategic action by the firm. That's it. Okay. So but the topic that maybe lah related dengan this topic, try to look in terms of scalability. That means to what extent the company going to scale up the business. Okay, that means for example, you are doing a certain business. Contohnya lah you jual kuih and then you nak jual roti. For example, you nak jual nasi lemak from kuih. So it's actually something yang very strategic lah. That's actually from what I can give the scenario. Faham tak ni? That's actually recap the second one. Okay, and then the third aspect is again is about this is actually taken from a topic whereby you kena master that kind of chapter. Kita ada satu chapter yang dipanggil sebagai innovation strategies. Okay, try to look at this chapter. I couldn't remember. I think it's chapter 3 or chapter 4, innovation strategies. So that's actually the third question all about. Okay, that means based on the scenario given, you need to develop or formulate this kind of innovation strategies. So you need to think about it lah. Okay, faham tak ni? Catat tak ni? Hello?
Ya, doktor, faham.
Okay, good. Okay, at least you start baca lah. Okay, and then the next part for the case study is basically more or less the question would be like this. More or less. Yang dekat soalan ini. Yang masalah semua orang belum jawab ni. Inilah dia. Okay, so that means ini dia punya elemen yang you kena tahulah. Okay, so that's actually going to nampak macam mudah, tetapi I expect some elaboration, justification happen. So it's actually beyond the textbook, it's beyond the notes, it's beyond everything because it requires you to think critically and able to give the solution. Itu yang saya nak tengok lah. And as well as even though it's saya bagi awak case study, but I really want to read some kind of example. Okay, maybe you can relate with any kind of example based on the case as well as out of the case. Contohnya maybe you nak relate dengan Apple company, you want to relate with any other companies. Tapi company tu kena wujud lah, jangan you cerita company yang saya tak tahu dan orang tak tahu. You got it? Okay? So make sure you try to relate the example with other aspect as well. Okay? Okay, so that's actually recap the 60% or more or less 30% sebab kita akan convert. Untuk you punya final exam, it's going to contribute 40%. So the part A, which is the first chapter lah, the first apa nama dia? The first part one of your final exam tu going to contribute 30% of the overall assessment. Saya harap semua boleh jawab lah. Yang penting you goreng. Saya memang suka kalau the more you write, the more happy I want to give the marks. Itu je saya cakap. Tapi janganlah goreng you hangus. Ada juga student ni dia goreng. Tapi dia punya goreng tu hangus. So saya tak tahu apa benda yang awak goreng. So make sure when you want to elaborate your answer, okay, make sure it's actually something relevant. Okay, any other question? So before that, scan attendance dulu. Jangan siapa yang belum. Okay, scan attendance, saya nak tengok part 2. Okay, untuk part 2 ni, saya rasa saya dah bagi dia punya hint last week. Okay. Okay, so untuk part 2 is going to contribute 10% of the overall assessment, or the total mark for part 2 basically 20%. Untuk part 2, there are going to be 2 questions, and then you just need to answer one question. Part 2 ni dia ada cuma bagi scenario, very short case, that means a very simple scenario, and based on the given scenario, you need to answer, you need to elaborate the question. The first part that you kena tahu, you kena pilih lah mana yang you nak fokus. Dia ada pro and cons. Okay, so the first aspect that perhaps kalau saya just bagi the topic up to you to think about it. Okay, the first aspect is actually, I believe we already discussed about DOI and marketing. Okay, to what extent? For example, kalau kita actually introduce one innovation or one new product or technology, so we need to know about the definition of innovation. That means the level of innovation adopters. And then to what extent this DOI, innovation adoption by the users, going to impact the marketing strategies. That's actually one of the aspects that are going to be asked. Faham tak ni? Okay. Respond please. Can you get what I'm trying to say? Okay, good. Anissa. Okay, so untuk jadi kalau you rasa you comfortable with that one, you might focusing on reading about DOI and marketing strategies. Another aspect which is yang you boleh actually pilih ataupun tidak, because this is actually optional question regarding the business plan. Okay, business plan, saya dah inform sebelum ini. So for the business plan, you actually, I will give you like a company. So based on that kind of company, you need to draft or formulate the business plan with regard to 2 aspects. The first one, operational plan, and the second one, technology plan. Itulah dia. Okay, so that's actually going to contribute 10% lah, maksudnya for the overall assessment. Itu sahaja. Sebenarnya apa yang saya nak ceritakan, soalan final ni tak susah, tetapi I actually not only expect some kind of a direct answer from you. I want you to think critically. I want you to actually able to relate with the current scenario, as well as give some good example. Okay, any other question? I think saya dah recap semua sekali. Saya rasa it's not really difficult. However, you need sometimes lah to relate with the given case. Okay? Any other question? Dah catat belum? So again, your what we call it, your assignment, everything need to be submitted by 15th of February. Okay, by next week I will giving you the carry mark whatever that we have done, especially yang 10 markah yang ini yang perlu disubmit pada hari ini, saya akan bagikan nanti. Okay, so any other question guys? Saya rasa itu sahaja, saya tak lama pun hari ini. Cuba saya nak recap, this is going to be our last class.
Doctor,
For
Yes,
this
exactly.
final 3 hours, is straight 3 hour or you will
No.
separate?
Not straight 3 hours. That's why dia ada 2 jam sejam. So what I mean, sebab tu kita ada 2 parts. The first part is actually case study, part 1. Sebab tu saya actually explain 2 parts. Part 1, you will be given 2 hours to answer the question. That actually 4 questions all need to be answered. Okay. And then after you submit, sebenarnya during the final exam, saya buat, I think I have mentioned to you, all of you need to open the camera. Kita test hari ni. Kejap ya, stop sharing. Okay, open camera semua, open camera. We're going to test your connection. Iqbal, where are you? Siap pakai mask semua tu? Tak dengar awak cakap apa Iqbal. No, I cannot listen to you Iqbal.
Sorry. Saya baru lepas cuci gigi tadi kat klinik.
Oh, baru apa?
Scaling.
Oh, okay. Mana yang lain-lain ni? Cepat kita nak try. Make sure. This is something yang you kena make sure you can connect to the internet for the next 3 hours tau untuk exam. Okay, you open your camera 2 jam and then 1 jam. Okay, masa you answer the question nanti, make sure after that you kena ambil gambar, scan ke whatsoever. Okay, kalau boleh scan dalam bentuk PDF and then upload dalam e-learning. Boleh? Okay, so please do that. That means your answer script, though you actually will write it on the A4 paper ke ataupun apa nama dia? Kertas, dia pakai apa? Kertas kajang whatever that you call it. Okay, the exam paper tu, the answer paper tu. Okay, so you need to scan it and then upload dalam e-learning. Okay? So untuk 3 jam ni saya tak nak, nanti 3 jam saya terpaksa tengok muka awak semua ni So saya tapi kalau boleh semua buka lah. I don't saya taklah nak straight. I don't actually want to be strict. Saya pun malas nak tengok muka awak 3 jam straight, tengok muka tenung muka awak apa buat kan. So I won't do that. But at least the process is there sebab at least ada dia punya record. I need to comply. Sebenarnya initially when the faculty asked me, mula-mula faculty cakap, okay, you need to state about the format of the final exam. Saya cakap saya nak buat take home final exam. Tapi tak lepas lah. Dia kata tak boleh, for this subject, since we have space students, so kita kena buat online. So saya macam, okay, I don't like that kind of online, tapi since dah suruh buat, so pandai-pandai lah you nanti. Open camera, Faiz mana Faiz ni? 3 jam you kena open camera. So 2 jam yang pertama you upload and then sambung lagi 1 jam. Boleh? Okay, make sure you can open as part of the invigilation punya process. Okay, so I think that's all. Saya rasa saya dah share and I think you can actually visualize what basically the topic to be tested on the final exam and how you going to answer it relevantly, secara relevan dan juga creatively. Jangan terlalu kreatif, jangan think, memang I want you to think out of the box tapi jangan terlalu divert from what actually been asked. Okay? Okay, I think that's all. Saya rasa it's very sad that I don't have any chance to meet you during this semester. We just expect is basically the online class is until midterm break. But however, due to the pandemic COVID-19 still getting serious right now, so even what I heard, the implementation of online class will be happen next semester as well. So saya tak tahu macam mana dia punya proses, but if we have, kalau kita jumpa lah in the future, manalah tahu sampai awak graduate pun kita tak pernah jumpa and then you meet me somewhere, whether in Malaysia or Indonesia or overseas. Okay, please say hi to me. Cakaplah, saya dulu apa kata student kelas doktor kan, yang kita tak pernah jumpa tu sepanjang 1 semester. Please remind me that. Okay. So I think that's all for this semester. I wish you best of luck. Okay. So you have another 1, 2. You ada lagi 1 tahun lagi kan? After this semester, you have another 2 semesters to go. So make sure within this 1.5 years, try to develop any kind of skill that you have. whether it's communication, whether it's actually regarding the interpersonal skills, something that will enhance your employability. Okay, because as I mentioned to you, like this week I'm quite busy handling. Saya cerita awak, saya actually participate in one of the big study. I mean in national level study. We actually discuss about TVET employability. That means kita actually we having this kind of face to online punya discussion. For now, kita dah actually met about between 20 to 25 HR managers as well as employers with regard to this kind of issues. Okay, to what extent the impacts? Actually, my part, I need to investigate to what extent the impact of Industrial Revolution 4.0, okay, impact the student right now. Okay, they said that student nowadays, they don't have much problem with regard to the technical skill. I mean, they are more IT savvy, they are more technology friendly. However, what they are lacking in terms of what the lacking of the current generation, basically in terms of your personal skill, your communication skill, the way you interact, the way you handle the stress. For example, okay, contohnya dia kata as simple as you ada degree dalam hotel management. Bila you bekerja, you tak nak kerja, you tak nak actually kemas katil, for example. You do not want to clean the room, for example. But as a manager, you need to know how to do that. So having said that, you need to actually orang kata learn from bottom side until to the upper level lah. Okay, I think that's all. Saya tak nak membebel. I think you dah dengar banyak saya membebel during this semester. Kalau saya marah, minta maaf. Is actually biasalah kan. Kita belajar online ni ada up and down. Okay, so saya minta maaf. Everything, all my weakness, all my pitfalls, I offer you 1,000 of apologies. Okay, it's actually for the sake of you to be more confident, to be more active in the class. Okay, I really want all of my students basically not only become entrepreneurial but also have some kind of other skills such as communication, more importantly your confidence level. Boleh? Siapa namanya ni? Fazli Idris, can you do that? Be more confident, okay? Atikah Wante, yes. Atikah ni pada minggu lepas kot tak boleh open camera. Atikah, can you open your camera? If you actually face any problem with regard to your internet connection or camera or your device, make sure you try to solve it before the final exam, because saya tak nak nanti, bukannya apa, we try to minimize any problem in the future. I think that's all. Saya just nak ambil gambar you untuk kali terakhir. Cuma semua senyum. Mana ni? Mana? Siapa yang hilang tu? Okay. Saya tak nampak. 1, 2, 3. Okay, kejap. Again. Tadi tak nampak nama. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a nice day and good luck for the assignment and final exam. Don't forget to submit the assignment given on the e-learning. Thank you everyone. Take care. See you.
Thank you, Doctor.
See you again. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Doctor. Doctor.
Bye.
Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Assalamualaikum.